5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it's time to act. Well, hello there, Ingafay here, and I am so excited to share with you this new tool that I just stumbled upon a couple of days ago. This life altering tool that has worked for me just in the last 2 days, and it only takes 5 seconds to do. So I'm sure you're wondering, what is it? So before I give you the tool, I want to kind of give you a backstory. When God made us, He made us to survive. And our mind is made to keep us safe and to conserve energy. So basically, what that means is, and I'm going to say this in my terms, is we are lazy scaredy cats for the most part. What we do, we don't want to do anything extra strenuous, even though we know we should. And we don't want to step outside of our comfort zones because we're trying to protect ourselves. And that's how we were made. So you may be asking, well, Inga, if that's how we were made, how do we get over that? How do we overcome that? Because everybody experiences that. But you see some people that are able to do amazing things while they're on this earth. And you see other people that aren't. So what is the difference? Because we're all built the same way. So what is holding us back? And I wanted to share with you that because we are these lazy scaredy cats, we need systems and tools to help us tame our mind, ignite action in us. And the difference between the successful and the unsuccessful are that they took action. That is the difference. We need systems and structures to set us free. So I recently discovered a tool that will allow you to get more done and to face your fear. One of the things that I realize is that before you can use these tools is some pre-work that you want to do. The first thing is you want to identify what your fears are and what your obstacles are in your life. So just kind of take a self-evaluation so you know where you are. So it's just basically, okay, this is what's going on with me, and really being true to yourself. And then at that point, deciding, okay, is that who you want to be? Do you feel like that's who you're ordained to be? And then making a line in the sand and saying, okay, you know what? This is not who I want to be, and it's time for me to make a change. And then you want to proactively bombard yourself with different books and podcasts and webinars and classes that are going to feed this positive thought and positive and encouraging thought process in your mind. Because basically, we see what we think about, or we see what we consume. So if you're watching the news all the time and everything is bad and negativity, just full with negativity, then that's what you're going to see. But if you start feeding your mind with positive stories and positive outcomes and positive books and creative learning, that you are going to start seeing that in your life as well. And you'll be able to feel the fear and do it anyway. So this one tool that I wanted to share with you is called the 5-second rule. And it's just basically, because our minds are protecting us, what tends to happen is if we come up with a new idea, or if we come up with a new thought, or if we're thinking we need to take a different action to protect ourselves, for the mind to protect, or at least that's what they think they're doing, is protecting your human mind to protect you. You start getting fear, and you start seeing obstacles because it's something different from what you normally have done, and it's just because you haven't done it for the most part. So what you have to do to take action is to use the 5-second rule, and you count down from 5, just like a rocket going off into space. You're watching I won't say the Challenger, but you're watching a rocket go off in space and you're sitting down and you're looking at the countdown because you know when you go down to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you take the action. And what that does is when you start doing that, just periodically through the day, because this is not a one-time thing. You have ideas and thoughts and the next steps that you need to take all the time coming at you, but for whatever reason, you don't do it out of fear or you just think it may not work. It's time to act. I'm sure you've heard the saying that all that you need is already within you. And this is a perfect example of that because everything you need to be the person that you were ordained to be is already in you. It's just time for you to take action to make it happen. So when you think about that new idea, oh, I need to call Susie Q, instead of saying, oh, I'm not going to call her. I couldn't get in touch with her before. Instead of letting doubt set in, that you say, oh no, I'm going to call Susie Q right now. And then if you start like hesitating, you give yourself 5 seconds because that's when the negative thoughts start coming in, that you're going to stop and just take the action. You're not going to sit on your hands. You're just going to do it. And you'll be amazed. As my father would say, days glazed and amazed about the outcome. And let me tell you, it only works when you're counting down. It does not work when you're counting up, because if you count up and just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, of course, the next number you're going to think is 6. So it doesn't work when you count up. It only works when you count down. So when you have that new idea just came, oh, I need to get in touch with Susie Q. Oh, I need to call Judy. Just count to 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and call Judy. Just do it. And then you will be, as I said before, like my father says, days glazed and amazed on how far that you do if you do that repetitively over a period of time. Consistency is always the key. So you want to make sure that you're doing those type of actions repetitively. The 5-second rule. Implement it today, and I would love to hear your results. Okay, I hope you have a blessed rest of the week, and bye for now.